Okay, let's look at question 8, which is spreadsheets, and therefore we're going to work in Excel. So they say a survey has been conducted to research the local community's computer and internet. So we have to open the 8 survey spreadsheet. So this is the spreadsheet, the 8 survey spreadsheet in Excel. And we have to work in the analysis worksheet. Now you will see there's 2 worksheets, analysis and review. So we have to make sure that we click on the correct one. Vertically align only the application software types and operating system software types in row 2. Okay, so they want the application software and the operating software types in row 2. So all of these must be vertically aligned. Now remember, vertically aligned goes from top to bottom. Okay, horizontal is from left to right. So there's a couple of options here. Is you can, I'm just going to make this bigger to show you. So there's an option of, remember, they don't want the whole of row 2. So that's important. They don't want those. They only want those names to be vertically aligned. Okay. So you can go into obviously centering it first, but the other option is then also to make sure that your you can also just take note of the other alignment, the vertical text, okay, the rotate. You can change it there, or you can go to format cell alignment and you can say you want it to be vertically aligned in the center, and you're going to say okay. All right, and then you can actually do that as well, so then it's both sides. Okay, so that's the one way in doing that. You can also click on alignment and change that as well. You can right click and also say format cells and change the alignment. Okay, they didn't ask for the horizontal, so you won't lose a mark if you actually left it on just general. Okay, you're going to get the mark for it to be in the middle, at the top and the bottom of that row. Okay, so let's go to the next one. It says they changed the height of rows 3 to 78 to half of the current row height. Okay, it seems like it's a spelling mistake. Okay, so you'll have to change rows 3 to rows 7, 8. So that's basically all of these. Okay, all of these you'll have to change. Okay, now there is more than one way to do it. You can change it here by changing it, but the better option is to actually go and say format, and you want to change your row height. Okay, now at the moment, if you click on row height, it gives you the pixels in which it is. So a half of 30 is going to be 15. So that's where one way in doing that. Okay, and then that's going to be fine. Okay, let's go to the next one. The yes response in column G have been captured with the word yeah, and you have to replace all these words with the word yes, which must be formatted in bold and italics. Okay, now I think there's more than one way to do this, but I'm just literally going to click on it and make use of autofill. Okay, so it must be bold and it must be in italic. So I'm going to make sure that both of that is done before I autofill it. Okay. But now I see there's a problem because those words will also then now change. Okay, then I can also just use my formatting toolbar. So there's a couple of ways in which you can do that. Like I said, they don't specify, so I'm just going to use the one that makes the best sense to me. And this is quite a nice way to make sure that everything is changed, because they're actually just saying it should be only the words yeah that's supposed. Just make sure every time you click on the formatting option that it needs to be on the one that you want to edit So if this is the one that you want to click it on there and then go down and format it with your format painter. There's no nose there. Okay, so that's it. So that's done. Like I said, it might be more. There will definitely be another way as well, but that is just the one that makes sense to me off the top of my head. Insert a function in cell Q81 to determine the value of the monthly internet spending of the 3G connections. Okay, so in Q81, they want to know the value of the 3G connection. So this is the monthly spending. Okay, so it's going to be, let's just have a look at what the others are. That's the dial up. So you're going to use a equals sum. Okay, you can click on the sum. And then just remember to double click, and then you'll actually just have to go in and select that. Okay, and you're going to say enter, and you're going to get that as an option. Now they are asking you to insert a function in cell M3 to generate a random number from 1 to 4. Okay, cell M3. So we're going to go all the way there. M3, remember that is where you check that you're in the correct cell. And we're going to use the rand between. Okay, we're going to double click that. And do you see it gives you the option there? The bottom one, they said 1, and the other one is 4. Okay, so you'll have a different number than the person next to you because it will just give a random number between that. They're not saying autofill it in the whole of the M column, so we're going to leave it as is. The next one says users who have been registered as members of CompuClass will receive a 15% discount on their monthly spending in the computer center. Registrations are listed in column B. You have to insert a function in cell R3 to determine the 15% discount for the registered members. The words non-member should appear in column R for those who have not yet registered. Okay, so we are going to go to row R3, and they want a 15 discount for those that has been registered. Okay, so let's just get all our facts. It says there that the words should appear in column O for those who have not registered, and the registration are listed in column B. Okay, column B. So this is the ones that are listed, and they're going to get a 15% discount. Okay. So it's going to be equal, okay, and it's going to be a if function equals if, okay. So now again, there's more than one way of doing that. You can actually use your function there. Okay, so if your b, okay, equals let's say, what did they say, yes. Okay, if it equals the word yes, then if that is true, they must get a 15% discount. Okay. If it is false, in other words, there's going to be a no there, then they must get the message non-member. Okay, so it's going to be non-member when it is not done correctly. So you're going to say non-member. Okay, non-member. And we're going to say, okay. Now, in this case, you will see that it actually gave us the 0.5% because it is a, the calculation is a percentage. Okay, they don't say displayed as 15%. I just want to quickly say it says they receive on their monthly. Insert a function determined the 15 for the registered members. Okay, the discount must be 15%. Okay, so basically that is going to be the 15% that they're going to get. Okay, if they have that, but they don't specify if it should be 15%, so I'm going to leave it as is. And they actually also don't say if we can now um autofill it, but obviously we'll have to autofill it in order to see if that non-members is being displayed correctly, which I'm not sure. Okay, so it seems like they only want that to be like that. So they're going to give you marks on the if function. Okay, so let's look at the next one. It says there that you need to find the column chart graph in row 86 and you need to replace the column with a pie chart. Okay, so let's quickly do that first. We have to look for row 86. There it is. So you're going to click on the chart and you're going to click on the chart tools by saying you want to change the chart, not the chart. Change the chart type. They're not specifying anyone, so I'm just going to click on the first one there. And let's see what the other things are that you need to change. You need to adjust the legend so that only male or female is displayed. Okay, and move the legend below the pie chart. Okay, so any editing options here is done at the add chart element. So they're saying that the legend must be at the bottom. Okay, see, you can actually choose any of that. And I just want to make sure it says below, and the legend must also only be female and male. Okay, so we're going to go back. You don't want the response, so you can literally just click on it and say delete, and then it will work out like that. So just click on it and say delete. Then it says there an American, okay, and oh, sorry, there's another one. Ensure the data values are displayed as percentage on each segment of the pie. So you're going to click on it again, make sure that comes up, make sure you say that, and then it says the labels must it be a call out? It only says displayed as a percentage on each segment of the pie. So it's not a call out, it's just a normal outside end, like that. Okay. Then the next one says an American sponsor is prepared to make a donation to the center based on 5% of the RAND value each user spent on internet usage in column Q. You would like to know how much this will be for each user when converted to the US dollars. Work with the exchange of that in cell T1. So insert the formula cell S3 to calculate the dollar amount. Okay, so he says that in column Q, this column over here is given. Let's just get all our ducks in a row. The rand value, and he would like to know how much will it be in US dollars. Okay, so we are going to use that. So basically what they are asking is they are asking us to multiply all of those values with that value. So that's going to be an absolute cell reference. And remember, absolute cell reference says for me to go and multiply each of those. Let me quickly show you. Look at that formula bar over there where my cursor is and see what happens. If I say equals that amount and I multiply, and remember in Excel we multiply with the asterisk, okay, the little star, with that without absolute cell referencing, and I press enter, see what Excel is going to do. Your first answer is going to be correct, but when I copy it down, can you see it's going to multiply it with T2, then T5, T6, T7. Can you see how it's changing there in the column bar? Because that is what Excel does. It takes each one below, and that's not what we want. So that is what absolute cell reference is doing. Absolute cell reference is giving us the option to say, freeze this amount. You have to multiply all of those values with the amount that I am cell referencing. And in order to freeze whatever that is, we use it in a VAT calculation quite often as well. We have to press the button F4 on our keyboard. Okay, so we're going to press F4. When we press F4 in the top row of our keyboard, it will change to those dollar signs, which means that value is now saved in the memory of Excel. So that when we copy that downwards, can you see that each time, and keep your eyes on here quickly, will be multiplied by that amount. Okay? It will work out as such. And unfortunately, I've pressed an equal sign now. So let's just copy it down. Okay, can you see each time it has multiplied by that same amount because of F4, which is my absolute cell reference. And that's why it actually counts up to 6 mils. Just another thing, just to show you while we are busy with this, if I had to change that rand to another currency, which is now obviously dollars and not rands, for instance, I'll have to go to currency, but that is already set as rand. So I have to say, I want to customize this. Okay, so I'm going to say more number formats and I want to customize it. And then there'll be an option of either saying my currency. Okay, and you can choose there the dollar sign. Okay, I think it was America, was it? And then that will be changed if that is what they've asked. Okay,